All right, we're live. Welcome to July's Live. I'm Marina Blackford, and this is the Beyond Cancer podcast with Marina. And I'm so happy you're here. I'll allow some time for people to come on, and I'll just do all the formal stuff. So, if you're here, you likely found my channel because you or a loved one are on a journey, possibly a cancer journey, likely a cancer journey. So you might have found my videos to help you through chemo, radiation, or surgery, and you found yourself needing some hope. I think that's the word I think of when I think of being diagnosed. Good morning, Jamie. First comment on. So you found my channel, and I am here to help you with that. I created this channel 5 years after being diagnosed with breast cancer, the first time to pay forward tips to help people through chemo and to help with their mindset. And during that time, I played around with editing videos and, just what YouTube has to offer. Hi, Crystal. I'm so happy you're here. I'll get back to you in just a minute, Crystal. I'm going to leave your comment up. Because yeah, I'm just talking. But anyways, I was playing around with YouTube, and then once I understood what my purpose was, it became very clear that I was here to help people. So, unfortunately, I was diagnosed with breast cancer again. I vlogged that journey, and that might be how you guys found me. You found my videos. So, I'm so thankful you're here. I'm so thankful you have come to the live. So, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss when the lives are. If you subscribe, you'll get notifications for when I go live. I also post that in the community tab on my page. So you'll want to subscribe for that purpose. All right, Crystal, I want to acknowledge you because Crystal has subscribed fairly recently, but just had surgery. And so I just want to send you lots of healing vibes today. I'm so thankful you're here, and I hope you're doing well. All right, who else is on? Yay. Okay, so we have Steeler 47 fan. Good morning. Quatrice, good morning. And she says, hello, everyone. And some comments rolling in. I love it. Day. Good afternoon, Marina. Yes. Good day wherever you are. It's morning here in Arizona still. We're on Mountain Standard and Pacific time, whatever you want to call it. But it is 10 a.m. So glad to see you too. Blessings. Okay, Crystal, I had my double mastectomy on Friday the 5th. I thank you so much for all you do. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot. It means so much. And Quatrice says, Happy Friday Eve. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Thursday has a nice vibe to it for sure. We're like towards the end of our week. We had a rhythm going. So wherever you're at, happy Friday Eve. And some more comments. Maria says, Good morning. And I love to hear this. So if somebody's out there that needs to hear this, Crystal says, I'm doing great. She just had a mastectomy on Friday. Today is the 11th, and she's doing great. That again goes with the whole vibe of the channel that there is hope. Okay. It doesn't mean we won't struggle. It doesn't mean there won't be times where we're fatigued, nauseous, anxious. It just means that there is hope. I think if you hold on to that, that's what this is all about. All right. Thursa says, You're such an inspiration. So grateful for all your work. Thank you so much for saying that, Thursa. I have had an interesting summer for myself because I've been going through this wave of you know, transition, I guess you could say. So for those of you that don't know, and I was going to put a video on this, and we'll get back to it, right? So I'm kind of on summer vacation because my kids are on summer vacation. They're 6 and 3 years old. You probably have seen them in a lot of my videos. And I have been a dental hygienist for 16 years. So a healthcare provider, helping people feel comfortable in an environment that they're not usually the most comfortable in, right? A dental office. So for 16 years, I've been doing that. And I recently just took a break from that. And it was not an easy decision because I worked at a great office with a great team, with a great boss, and had patients that just wanted to flood my schedule. Um, but I needed to take a break to refocus on life. And For me, that was my children are young, and we do have family here that helps. That's how I was able to get through most of my treatment well, is having, you know, a wonderful support team, my mom, my mother-in-law, and other grandparents and family, right? Um, but I just felt the need to be present with my kids a little more for after school activities that would be coming up, or YouTube, to be honest. Earlier this year, that was where I was at on my journey. I was like, "I don't know if I can keep doing YouTube." And I had to really sit and think about that. What was gonna give, family time, work, YouTube, and then I added cancer coaching and another coaching certification program that I'm currently doing. So something had to give. I took a break from hygiene, and my patients, I hear, are devastated, and I'm so sorry. But I have just found a new purpose, and so it called for reconstruction in my life. And maybe you guys feel this or just resonated with it. It doesn't always look like quitting your job and doing something new, but sometimes life is pushing us in a direction and we have to pause and really reflect on it. And that's where I was at earlier this year. And it resulted in me taking a step back from a wonderful career because I'm doing something new that has given me so much purpose, and I'm in the space to lean into it more, because I have a supportive husband that you guys might see on the channel a little bit. I don't feature him a ton. I think he is awesome. He's so silly. Um, he just cracks me up though. So anytime I feel like I get him on camera, he turns into like this smiley, what do I do with myself? But he's wonderful and supportive. So that's my journey. And I'll kind of tie that into today a little bit if you guys feel like that ties into you. But is your life pushing you to make a change somewhere? And I do believe this has to do with the cancer journey because I feel like having cancer forces us to really reevaluate priorities, because there's no way sometimes that we can keep going how we've been going. We can't keep doing all the things we were doing when you're going through cancer treatment. Somebody probably needed to hear that right now. Okay, so let me repeat it. You can't keep doing all the things you were doing when you go through cancer treatment. It doesn't mean you can't have a life. It doesn't mean you can't socialize. It doesn't mean you can't go to work. It doesn't mean you can't run, which is something I love doing, working out. It means you have to pause and reevaluate, though. You have to modify, and that's okay, because cancer treatment, yes, it can be a year, it can be 10 years. Um, but to expect to show up as the same person, it's almost like cancer was telling you something had to change. If we're going to take anything from this horrible experience, being told you have something so fearful as cancer, if you're going to take anything from it, it's time to pause and reevaluate. All right, comments are flooding in, and so I'm going to go back to you guys. All right. Lois says, hello, everybody. Hello, Lois. Welcome, Steeler47 fan. I just had my 3-month post PET scan last week, yesterday. I saw my doctor. I had a complete response to chemo and radiation. No more cancer. Thank you so much for celebrating that huge milestone for you. I am so, so happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And for sharing that with us. And congratulations. You did it. You did it. Elena says, hello. Hi, Marina. Hello. It's always good to see returning subscribers. You guys light up my day. Lori West. Good morning. Good morning, Lori. I started using the unflavored Vital Proteins collagen 2 weeks ago, and I'm feeling a great difference. Finally getting all my protein. I love hearing that. Some people have asked about protein suggestions. I use two. I use Truvani plant-based protein in smoothies that I enjoy with my kids. And I use Vital Proteins collagen unflavored. I usually use a scoop of that. A scoop. 2 scoops is a serving, right? 2 to 4. I use a serving of that in my organic coffee that I have, like, twice a week. I'm not a regular coffee drinker, guys, but I like a nice warm cup every now and then, and I usually add protein to it. So I call it's my collagen coffee, and collagen's great for hair, skin, and nails. It's an added protein in your diet that's gonna keep you full longer, so you're not reaching for things that are not filling and not nutritious. So it's great to add. And Lori, I love your feedback. Lois Shipman. Hold on, my comment is coming on, I think. There we go. Lois, started my chemo last Friday and I have done okay. Back tomorrow. Okay, Lois, good. You're doing okay. That's a very real response. You're like, I'm not going to say I'm doing great here, right? Nobody's skipping through chemo. But doing okay is the least you could want. So lean into all the things, all the tips you might have found here. Again, if you guys are new here, subscribe, go to my playlists, and you will find playlists labeled chemo, radiation, surgery, and so on. Um, you're doing okay. And then lean into your cancer center, wherever you're getting treatment. Communicate with your nurses, your oncologists, so that they can help you through this. You are allowed to speak up and say, I'm feeling really bloated. I'm feeling really nauseous. I'm constipated. They can help you with that. Okay. Teresa. Sorry, my comments are taking a minute. There we go. Teresa, I'm sitting at my last chemo session and listening to you. Love you and your content. I feel so honored to be in any of your lives. I am so honored. And Teresa, to be at your last chemo, like I can feel that feeling. I am so happy for you. You get to ring the bell today. Yes. Awesome. Congratulations. And I love you. Teresa says, I worked in dentistry too for 15 years. You've been such a light, helping cancer thrives go through treatment, but you have also really helped me to stay close to my heart's values. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'm gonna tie that in, right? Like I said, I've been on a journey. Sometimes we have to pause, reevaluate, and I'm just so thankful that that with my husband's encouragement, I did not give up on YouTube. I'm here, I'm present, and everything's evolving and changing, guys, right? Because I have my kids starting school soon, and it's so exciting that I get to be there every day to pick them up or take them to activities, but now I get to dedicate more time to YouTube again, and I'm just so thankful. I found such a purpose. Oh, it's awesome. All right. It's Janelle. I'm reading Cancer as a Turning Point, which I found on your link tree. It helped me as I am thinking about what's next for me. I'm so glad you did. I mentioned this book as because it came recommended through the program I'm certified in. So I'm a certified holistic cancer coach through beatcancer.org, and it's research based and years of counseling patients in that program. And the founder recommended that book, and I mentioned it to someone that writes about the cancer journey currently. She's a writer and a speaker. Um, Her name's Sandra Marinella. She wrote The Story You Need to Tell, which is another great book. I think it's linked on my Amazon. And she was like, wow, I haven't heard that book in a while. Cancer is a Turning Point. Because it would be considered, like it was written years ago, but it's still very relevant to the journey. Just new books are always coming out where they like reference older books. The point of that book is that sometimes in life we're going through the motions and we're not really present. And so, what cancer does for a lot of people is it can open your eyes to redefining your purpose. And when people find that, it's the motivation they need to get back on, how do we say this? To get back to health, I guess you could say, because I read something the other day that was shared by Lauren. She interviewed me for her podcast, which is After the Bell, referencing after you ring the chemo bell. And it was really great because the way it was phrased, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. A big misconception is that you need to be motivated to get rolling. You don't. Research. Motivation also often follows action, not the other way around. In practice, you don't need to feel good to get going. You need to get going to give yourself a chance at feeling good. So does that, hit for any of you guys? Like sometimes we're waiting for, yeah, the motivation to come. We're like, "Ah, I'm just not motivated to eat well, to go to the gym, to walk." And if you're in cancer treatment, I get it. Again, modify, right? But the motivation doesn't just come from anywhere. It starts with the action, and I would even peel it back further and say it comes from the why. Why do I wanna go to the gym? Why do I wanna eat well? Well, because I wanna lose weight. Why do you wanna lose weight? I wanna feel better. Why do you wanna feel better? Because I'm depressed with how I look right now, or my lack of energy, or that I can't go, you know, walk far and enjoy this day. Whatever, when you start really peeling back to your why, then you realize it's much deeper than I'm not going to the gym and I don't have motivation. It's I wanna feel energized again because I wanna experience this life. Ah, okay. What do I need to do to get there? I need to get some new walking shoes, and then I need to put in my calendar that I'm gonna start tomorrow, 10 minutes. 2 things, done. And then when you start taking the action, the motivation comes. Wasn't that great, guys? Motivation often follows action, not the other way around. Life-changing. All right, here we go. This is the magic of the lives, I have to say. When you guys share, you help me share some things that have come into my life, and somehow it's something we all needed to hear today, is what I feel. It's truly the magic of the lives. Don't miss out. Join the lives. Okay. Tersa, my cancer journey and you have helped me shift my mindset. I'm ready to serve and give back to the world. That's it. That's what it's all about, guys. It's truly what it's all about. In the end, it's all that matters is people and God. All right. Steeler fan gives a little heart here. Jamie, let's get your comment up, Jamie. Right before I was diagnosed, I took a part time job at the local pool, and it was such a blessing through treatment and continues to bring me joy. I have a renewed faith in teenagers. Ah, I'm gonna send you a heart one on that one. That is so cool. Um, where are you in that context, Jamie? Like, I don't, I was gonna ask how old you are. I don't really care how old you are, but I just like your perspective that you have a renewed faith in teenagers. And I've heard that from people. I actually heard that this morning from one of my best friends, chatting with her daughter just finished like swim team and she's 7, and it's taught by like teenagers. And she said that they are the best coaches. Like they are so sweet and so good with the kids. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. You can go to the news and look at all the negative stuff, which happens because there's a lot of people in this world. So that comes with just bad things. I don't know how to say it. Just comes with negative things. But there is hope. There is positive things. There are people out there doing good things, and you can be a part of that. And that's the change, right? And you change what you focus on. Crystal and all of you say congratulations, probably in response to me like stepping away from a career to dive in on YouTube and cancer coaching. That's been an evolving process for me since December. I have to remind myself I'm very new to cancer coaching, so I'm learning, and I'm so excited to graduate my program, this life coaching program, the Jay Shetty certification program, end of next month, August, and then I can just keep learning and giving. Lori says, I put in my water coffee, oatmeal, turmeric tea. Oh, for your vital protein. She puts it in her water, her coffee, her oatmeal, her turmeric. Turmeric tea. Good job. Turmeric is an anti inflammatory. What do we consider it? A spice? And excuse me, I usually take it as a supplement. But I also put it in rice a lot of times. I think it's great with rice. Or chicken. Jamie, I used to be so worried about what people would think and having a title I had. Okay, let me start again. I used to be so worried about what people would think and having a title. I had a job prior that was no good, it good for me or my family. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes we have to reevaluate, like, sometimes we just get comfortable too. Like, we're just at a place in life where, like, have I just been doing this out of going through the motions? Is this really something I like? And I I personally struggle with this. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I struggle with um time. I haven't been the most patient person in my life ever, probably. Like, I want things now, and that doesn't help with the way we live now, right? Like Amazon or, you know, social media. Uh but so I have to remind myself that it's okay to take time to do stuff. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 4 years and I feel like I'm still learning, and I'll be doing that with coaching for a while, right? Like, I'll be learning how to be a better coach when I help people one-on-one. But I need to remind myself, like, I have this feeling that, like, I have to be an amazing coach in tomorrow, in 2 months, in 6 months, and I really don't, right? Because I'm only amazing by the experience I get, and the experience I get will come with time, you know? So it's this balance of, like, take the action, but don't feel rushed to get there, because that's another thing I was listening to today. Listening to a lesson. It's because then that instills fear also that we're, like, not accomplishing something, and living in the fear is what stops a lot of people from doing stuff. So, don't worry about rushing to get somewhere in life. Just figure out where it is you wanna go and slowly take the steps to get there. It'll all come. Probably even better if you're not rushing to get there. All right. And Eva Denis Johnson says, "Hello, Maria. I found my purpose by helping other cancer patients, giving a ride to their appointments, being with them in their surgery day, and also we made a group chat and we get together once a month." Awesome. You can make a difference. Everybody out there, in your own way. That's so awesome. I love that. I love it. Neri, hi. Has anyone been on CMF chemo for cancer recurrence? My mom cancer came back just 8 months after finishing treatment. She didn't do well on AC and Taxol. What is CMF chemo? I don't know what that one is, but, I've been on carbo, so I don't know if that's in that combination. Um, I'm so sorry she didn't do well, and she's having to continue. If anybody has experience with that, go ahead and share. All right, Michelle. Hello, all. I'm recovering from breast cancer that has metastasized into my spine. I am now on 2 oral meds. I need to stop eating sugar, but it's so hard. Please pray for me. Michelle, I will pray for you. Um, Metastatic can be probably one of the hardest news that you could get, and I would encourage you find support for that. I'm so happy you're here, but if there's some unique to support for metastatic, that might help you as well. Um, yeah. And Mel, many blessings, Marina. Thank you. Many blessings to you. Nicole, stage 4 breast cancer. 1 year ago, I had little hope after chemo, targeted and therapies and hormone blockers. There's very little cancer. You helped me so much. I recommend you to everyone I meet. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm so happy to hear that you've had a good response. All right, Lori, and I'm just smiling, by the way, if you're not watching the video of this. Lori, I'm eating more healthy, drinking more water, walking, taking better care of myself overall. Not perfectly, but definitely better. Beating cancer motivated me. Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to allow anything to come from this experience, take that fear that cancer might have, entered, into your life, and turn it into action. What am I gonna do to take control back? Really, it's your life. Um, I'll continue. I'll continue. I had a thought, but maybe I'll share it. Okay. In a second. Annette, hello. Hello, Annette. It's great to see you. Jamie, I am 46 and I work at the front desk. I'm like the mom. Oh, thanks for sharing. Okay, you're like, I'll tell you how old I am. I'm like the mom. I'm so protective of them. Just amazing kids, lifeguarding, teaching lessons, and they even help with a before and after school program. Amazing kids. Ah, I love hearing that. That's so great. Yep, there's hope. There's hope for our world. It's not just, encountering those kids, it's supporting them or it's raising them. It's all of it. And telling them they're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, teenagers. Lori West, I take turmeric supplements, but also have a cup of tea before bed. That and mushroom coffee seems to be helping with anastrozole induced joint pain. Wow. I'm so glad you shared that. Somebody probably needed to hear that. If you are on an AI like anastrozole, AI is aromatase inhibitor. Um, Lori shares that having the mushroom coffee seems to be helping with the joint pain that she was getting. So try some stuff, guys. You have to try some stuff to see what will work for you. If you're doing the same things and you're getting symptoms, you might need to be switching things up. Grace. Hi, Marina. Since I started my cancer treatment 2 years ago, I suffer from hip pain and I couldn't figure out what is this bone scan. I couldn't figure out what is this bone scan was clear and wonder if there is other persons like me. Yes. Yes, there are other people like you, and I've been one. So let me slow that down and digest it. Since you started your cancer treatment 2 years ago, you suffer from hip pain, and I couldn't figure out is this bone. So it sounds like your bone scan was clear. I've had that too. I've had unusual, kind of like aches. I like to describe it as aches. And since, you have a cancer diagnosis and you want to be thorough, you kind of like see if it goes away. I have a video on this in case you guys are wondering, by the way. I think it's like pain after cancer, and I go through these steps of like what I would do if I had pain after cancer. And a lot of it is taking note of the timeline, talking to your medical team, and then trying certain things. But that's what I would say for you, Grace, right? Is to number one, probably talk to your medical team and let them know about the pain and see what they suggest. If they are suggesting scans and those are clear, well, then now it's in your hands to see what you need to do to follow up. Do you need to go to physical therapy? Do you need to talk to a naturopath? Do you need to be coached by someone like me? And we can kind of go over, well, how are you eating? What are you doing? What could help improve? So, there's stuff like that. So I hope that gives you some insight. And no, you're not alone. I have an ache in my leg that I've had since chemo and radiation this last time. And it's mostly gone away because I took these steps, right? I went to physical therapy, taking a supplement that helps with some muscle tension. And that seems to help. That's from Pure Encapsulations. And it's specifically like their muscle, like cramp supplement. It basically has magnesium in it, and I take it because I am running and training for the New York City Marathon this fall. In case you guys haven't followed, I am raising money to run on behalf of the Young Survivor Coalition this fall in the New York City Marathon. And if you want to help support me and get me there by donating 10, 20, $40, whatever it is, click the link in my link tree or I'll put it in the description. And I appreciate any and all support to get me to New York City. Run. All right. Neri Vargas. CMF is cyclophosphamide, methotrexate, and fluorouracil. I don't know if I said that all right. Chemo regimen used to treat early stage breast cancer that has not spread beyond the breast or lymph nodes. Thank you for sharing. And you know what, Neri, you bring up a really good point. I shared this on my Instagram and I will have a YouTube video on it coming up because I have worked with the team Yerba, YERBBA, that I did a podcast interview with their oncologist, Dr. Jennifer Griggs, in the past. And what Yerba does is they they provide a personalized report if you've been diagnosed with cancer. There is a fee to it because it takes them time to connect your medical records and then design a personalized report. And so you can go to yerba.com and go through their options there, but Basically, you let them have access to your medical records. They look over your diagnosis and all the things that you might not understand, your staging, your grade, and then they submit a report back to you on all your possible treatments. And then these you can take to your oncology team and ask all your questions. And if you have further questions on the report they send back, you can ask them questions and you'll get responses back. Nothing is immediate because this is time that they take to kind of comb through everything for you. So this could be very beneficial to somebody that is newly diagnosed or is metastatic. You would want to go to yerba.com and see if that's an option for you. If you put in my name, Marina Blackford, at checkout, you will get 10% off that report. So I think this could help somebody out there, and that's why I'm mentioning it. All right. Um, Oh, Neri, I didn't wanna dismiss that last comment. Neri says, "Just in case someone would like to read about this, it was a regimen big in the '90s, early 2000, might be a better option for older patients." That's great. So, Neri, that's what I'm talking about. When I let Yerba, go through my medical record and generate a report for me, I don't have cancer, right? But when I did have cancer, they generated a report as if I was newly diagnosed, and I had 12 options for chemotherapy. And I knew I had 2 options, whether I'd go weekly or every third, but I didn't know about all the other options I might have that I could have asked questions about. And that's not to confuse people more or to make your oncologist frustrated, but if you run into like, "Hey, this chemo isn't working," then you can go back to that report and bring it up to your oncologist and say, "Are any of these other things an option for me? Why or why not?" It depends how much you wanna know, how much info you need for your journey. Thank you for sharing, Neri. Deborah, how or did you feel good, sure about the surgeon you had? I have surgery soon, but I worried I should be getting second opinions, etc. I just don't know how to do the research I should. Any suggestions? Yes, I would say, I mean, I have coached people through this process, Deborah, surgery decisions. Typically the scenario I've been brought is, they've gone to 2 surgeons and they've been given 2 different treatment plans, and then they have to make a decision which surgeon, which treatment plan. And I'll call it a treatment plan, but basically they're options, right? Like this surgeon says direct implant, this surgeon says, expanders over the muscle, under the muscle, maybe even a flap option in there, right? So how do you make a decision? All I can say is nobody can answer this for you. This is such a personal decision. If you need help trying to peel back the layers to that, contact me, email me, and I can set up time to go over that with you, like how we would figure that out. But probably at the heart of it, it could really just be a gut decision. I liked this surgeon. I liked what they had to say. I'm okay with the plan. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like, I have more questions than answers, then that might be something you want to talk to like somebody like myself, a cancer coach about, or go back to your oncologist and ask their opinion, or get a referral for a second opinion. There's no right or wrong in this category. It truly is such a personal thing. So that's what I'll say on that. All right, Lori, I had so much pain from anastrozole. Oh man, I was almost willing to take a chance on recurrence. Dot, dot, dot. Tell us more. Turmeric has helped too. I can tell a difference if I miss my tea before bed for more than one night. That is so great to share, Lori, because I think people don't always know what to expect and they might not have pain like you did. But if they do, they can feel empowered that they have options for some things they can do. And there are different types of AIs, aromatase inhibitors. So some people might switch sometimes from anastrozole to like letrozole, something like that. Um, that's it could be something to consider. It's always such unique to all of us, and so I would talk to your doctors about that. But just know that I think with any of these, you might have to manage symptoms like you're doing, Lori. So thank you for sharing. Deborah, just heard you talk about earbud. This may help. Yeah, it might help you. So check it out. Teresa, I have had severe cognitive impairment for 2 to 4 days after each round. Did you have these issues or have you heard of it? It makes me a vegetable on those days. I I haven't heard of it specifically, but we've all heard the term chemo brain, right? And I did experience the fogginess that comes with having chemo. And the fogginess is like I can't land a thought sometimes, or I lose my train of thought, is what it felt like to me. I just felt kind of slow. If you're experiencing that very severe, you may be dehydrated. I I have heard that that can really help. And I talked about this on the last live. This was an article from the Real Simple magazine. But hydration looks like many things. Sometimes it's not just water. Um, you can get hydration from a lot of fruit, and by consuming the fruit, you also get the fiber, which slowly releases the sugar that is naturally occurring in fruit. So don't get too worried about the sugar that's in fruit. Fruit is still mostly okay. Um, I say mostly. I mean, if you start your day with something like a banana, like something that has higher sugar and no protein, that's going to spike your sugar, and it's going to not make you feel very good. It'll make you kind of actually crash. So if you're having something like a banana, you should have protein with it, like a nut butter. But hydration looks like water infused with fruit or cucumber, eating fruits or something hydrating like cucumber. It could look like coconut water. It can look like, I like adding a splash of pineapple juice sometimes in my water with a pinch of salt. I use sea salt for electrolytes instead of Gatorade. So consider hydration. And then if you go to your medical team and they agree that you could be more hydrated, it might help. They can even infuse an IV bag for you to get you more hydrated. I hear more patients being offered that. And I think that's great. So ask if they have IV hydration that you can do. So that could be a great option. And I mean, if you can go through your cancer center and it's billed to your insurance, right? Just take advantage. And if they don't offer it, you might need to seek it on your own. I mean, wherever you live, there's probably an IV service that you can get, and they're almost always nurses, or I would always make sure it's a nurse that's administering it so that you know that they're following, proper protocol, OSHA, all that. Teresa, my chemo was reduced to 50% this round as a result. Yeah, well, good. See, you reported your symptoms, then they're working with you. I mean, it feels like sometimes like you feel so out of control when you choose this treatment, but you do have options within it. And it's all about you communicating and letting people know how you're doing, right? Your medical team. So I'm proud of you for communicating, and I hope that helps. And consider the hydration. All right, I want to remind you guys to subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss the notifications for these lives because I think they're so helpful. The next live is in 2 weeks. It'll be on a Thursday again, Thursday, July 25th, same time, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So find your time zone so you can make sure to return. I'm so thankful for you being here. If you need help one-on-one on your journey, you can message me at info@marinablackford.com and I'll get back to you and we can figure out if there is some one-on-one help that you need. I'm so thankful for you guys and I'm so excited to continue YouTube and show up for you guys. And wherever you're at, just lean into the process, lean into your journey, and you know, try to find little things in the day that that make you feel grateful even when you have cancer. Even when you have cancer. It's my biggest message. I don't want you to wait till cancer's done to enjoy your life. I want you to be able to feel some peace now. So I'll see you guys on the next live soon, and I want you to have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, all.